Okay, welcome to photography lesson number 6. We're wrapping this up pretty soon. There will be one more video which will just be review and give you your grading assignment. So you've taken some nice pictures and you want to improve them. So that's called post-production, and there's a ton of software out there for correcting photos and doing filters. You guys probably know about filters from Snapchat. I don't know if Instagram has filters on them or not, but I want to look at a filter today called Snapseed. So you can take a look at the video and decide whether you want to download it for your device or not. But it's really a cool free app that lets you really improve your photography. If your photo's too dark, you can brighten it. So I have Snapseed already downloaded on my iPad. You can get it for an iPhone or an Android device as well. It's a Google product and it's free. And the icon looks like a little leaf. It says Snapseed, and when you open it up, it'll give you this plus sign. And when you click on the plus sign, try that again, you can open from your device. So anything saved on your camera or your device will allow you to, you can bring it in and edit it. So on the right here, you'll see filters. The little rainbow icon is for filters. I'm reverting that back to the original one. So I'm going to try portrait. That's nice. A little dark, but I like it. And the one I like the best is pop. I'm going to try pop. So that's really pretty nice. There's black and white fine art. That's pretty cool looking. So I'm going to go back to the original and then I'm going to click on the check mark to check OK. Now the little pencil tool on the right will allow you to tune things manually. So what you see here is a brightness. So you can adjust the brightness, and what happens with Snapseed is if you swipe left or right, whichever feature you have selected will increase and decrease. If you swipe up or down, it will choose a different one. So this is contrast. So the lights get really light and the darks get really dark. And saturation is going to really make the colors pop or knock the colors way down. Now, a lot of people like to really mess around with saturation. I avoid it. You don't want your photo to look unnatural. You just want to improve it a little bit because it probably is more beautiful than what the camera picked up. And with this, you can kind of match that beauty. Ambience is kind of like it's just another filter. Highlights is going to lighten or darken the highlights in your photo. You can see how the rocks kind of pop when you do that. Shadows will lighten and darken the darkest spots in your photo. And then warmth, so I'm going to bring the highlights back up. And then warmth is going to go from blue to red. Blue being cool and red being warm. So there you go. That's some stuff with Snapseed. You can also crop and heal. You can take care of pimples and things like that with Snapseed. I highly recommend if you're posting something and you care about it, Instagram or whatever, you really want this photo to grab somebody's attention. Before you do that, open it up in Snapseed and play around with it. Make it look nice. And then, so when you save it, the little share button will save it. If you do modify, it will let you go back later and adjust your photo. So even though you've saved it, you can go back and change it back to the way it was. So that's Snapseed. There you go. All right. Portfolio requirements. I am going to ask for a Google slideshow. So you're going to need to open up Google and transfer your photos into your Google Drive, which could be tricky. And if you email me, I can help you with that. Or maybe I'll just do a video on how to do that. First slide should have composition. So I really want the focus to be good. I want you to be close to your subject. I want you to not have a lot of clutter in your photo. So think about that. Exposure, it shouldn't be too bright or too dark, so think about that. On your second slide, I want you to have a photo with an unusual angle, looking down, looking up. Just part of someone's face, maybe their hands or their feet. All right. Then I'd like you to do rule of thirds. So instead of centering a photo in the middle of the frame, put it at thirds. On your fourth slide, I'd like you to have an action shot. So you can use the burst mode on your device to capture somebody or something in action. Have somebody throw a ball or jump or run, ride a bike, ride a motorcycle, whatever. And the last slide should have a portrait and a landscape. So if you don't have any models for your portrait, you could do a pet, an action figure, a plant, anything, a car. You can do a portrait of a car. And a landscape should be, sunset or a hill or a field, something like that. And I will grade those photos. So let's see what you come up with. And if you did the photo thing, you need to do that, and you need to send that to me for your final grade on the photo project. And if you're having trouble with making that file work, send me an email, and I'll probably post another video on just how to do that, because a lot of people had trouble downloading their photos to email. See ya.